Raise your hands if you're a student. Well, great. I guess most of you are students. So as a student myself, I know how much pressures that we have on our shoulders. The expectations to fulfill everything in a very short time. To excel in academics, non-academics, friendships, or even relationship stuffs. And believe me, I've been there. And I've tried so hard to fit in. In 2019, I became one of the top speakers in speech competition. In 2021, I founded my INGO with my friends named Limitless Horizon. And yes, as what you've expected, it was full of ups and downs. And that's what I would like to tell you about my transformation journey, about how I could achieve great things from my lowest point. It was started when I was in high school in 2018, when I joined the acceleration class at my high school. And ever since that, for those 2 years straight, from 2018 until 2020, all I had to do was study all night. And some days I had to study until 1 a.m. with my tutors. And not just that, but also I had to make sure that I had collected the certificates from non-academic stuffs, which is speech competition. And aside of those hustling things that I've done in high school, just like any teenager, and maybe all of you has experienced this, I had to struggle with the challenges that occurred from my environment. The friendships, betrayals, romantic stuffs, heartbreak, etc. And for a 17-year-old girlie, I could say that it was one of my lowest points. But then, 2021, I get my art back again. It's a time when I entered our university, Universitas Gajah Mada. And then not just that, but also I had founded this INGO of mine named Limitless Horizon with my friends, and shout out to this community where we have achieved lots of things and we have expanded its wings to many countries, New Zealand, Hong Kong, UK, Australia, Indonesia, and many more countries. And I could say that this community helped me a lot and expanded my personal branding and created this version of myself today in front of you. But the thing is, my friend, it didn't help much. Because 2023, this year, I've experienced the rock bottom that I have once experienced in 2019 before, but more intense, much deeper, more lower because of this. Yes, I got diagnosed with psychological illness, a mental disorder, and severe depression, my psychiatrist said. That it was literally the lowest version of me, because I couldn't do anything at all. When I just usually gave all of my 100% to get 100% output of mine that I have expected, I couldn't even do 5% of it because of this illness. But you know what? As much as I condemned myself, as much as I hated the situation, but I was at a literally lowest version of me, I am grateful of it. Because if not because of this, I wouldn't be here standing in front of you on this TEDx stage telling you about my transformation journey. So here's what I've learned. What my principle was that we had to give all of us, all of our energy, right? 100% of it, to get 100% of the output. But then it's not about that. Because when I gave 100% of my energy, What I received was this. So what I've learned, instead of giving your 100% of your energy, maybe it's not because of that. Maybe it's not about giving all of your all energy. Maybe it's about stability. Maybe it's about the efficiency. Maybe it's about giving the right amount of the energy at the right time. We call it with energy efficiency. And this is my graph from 2018 until 2023. As you can see, the more I gave, the more I lost. So here's what I've learned. The first thing first is about giving a 55% hustling and 45% resting. It's when your body gave you a gentle nudge. Like a little reminder, like, we need to take a rest. But then at this stage, who wouldn't even listen to it? Because it's like a little challenge, right? We can do much better than that. We can do 100% of all energy. But then, that's not the thing. That's not the case. That's not the solution. Because no matter how small the nudge was, we gotta listen to what our body said. So instead of giving your 100% just like before, I give the 55% of hustling and 45% resting instead. It's about stability. Again, it's about stability. And moving on to the next step, it's about 25% hustling and 75% resting. It's when the gentle nudge become a hard punch. It's when your body said louder to yourself, like, I need a rest. I need a rest. I need a rest. And at that time, if you do not even listen to your body anymore, I don't know what that got to do with you again. So at this time, what you got to do is to really listen to what your body, what your mind needs. Sometimes it's not about achieving things, achieving great things. It's not about entering Big Four consulting firms. Maybe it's about surviving. So at this time, use your energy to survive instead. Now moving on to the next step, it's about 45% hustling and 55% resting. It's like the first thing, It's like the first step. But it's like the opposite of it. You give more to the resting part instead. Because when we are at this stage, we're in the transformation to your prime energy. But at this time, you get to do the rest more. Now moving on to the last step. It is when you are ready. When you can give it all. It's when you realize that, I can do this again. I can achieve lots of things again. So at this time, you got to do more hustling. But if you gave all of your 100% again, then the lesson would be gone. So instead of 100%, make it manageable. Make it 65% hustling and 35% resting. And that's the thing that I've learned about energy efficiency. And I will never be bored to remind you again and again, it's not about 100% hustling. It's not about you have to work, achieve lots of things again and again. Instead, it's about living the life. If you achieved lots of things, but you couldn't even enjoy it, then what's the meaning of it? Right? So it's about stability. In my case, 2019, and this year is beginning of this year, I lost myself because of all of those 100% hustling and those things. But now that I have known the truth, I hope that next year will be my year and I can achieve my prime time again. And like what I have mentioned before, I am a student, just like you. And I have survived. And I believe you will too. Thank you.